I went through a couple of years of semi-retirement. I actually retired fully and then worked half-time for a couple of years. And it was during that time, those 2 years, that I met Charlie Boren, B-O-R-E-N, the gentleman who took me on as a student, and over 3 weekend seminars and subsequent phone calls mentored me as a hardwood sculptor. And so I was fortunate to find someone to take me on as a student who did exactly the kind of sculpture that I had hoped to be able to do at some point in my life. And then it was just something I knew that I could do. I caught on to it quickly. Charlie said I just had a knack for using the tools. I've always been kind of a tool freak. So it came easily to me and naturally to me. And just as soon as I started producing my own work, I started showing my pieces, and won some awards and started getting into some art shows, and got started off that way. In terms of the style of work that I do, you would call me a found hardwood carver. And those terms are pretty obvious. By found, I mean that I go out and find it myself, just wherever it happens to occur. Brush piles, driftwood piles, creek bottoms, neighbor's property, just anywhere I can find it. I guess if I never showed a piece of my work to anyone again, I would still do it. Just because it's something I do, it's what I do. And if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be being myself. But the way I think about it is I'm kind of like a performer, like a musician. And musicians perform on stage to bring joy to other people, to make people happy. And I feel the same way about my work. It's particularly gratifying to me if somebody looks at a piece of my work and I can tell in some way it makes them happy, brings them joy. And nobody's ever walked into my booth and broken out in applause, but I've had many people walk into a display of my work and their jaw just kind of drops open and say, wow, that is so beautiful. And that's kind of like applause. I guess that's kind of like a bravo to me. It feels good. I hate to have an ego, but it just feels good for somebody to admire and appreciate my work.